Hello everyone and welcome back to the Wibbly Wobbly Stuff podcast, Series 2. As some viewers of my channel may know, last year I did a Series 1 of this podcast, and these videos I enjoy making, discussing my views and opinions on certain episodes, and on my overall thoughts on series of Doctor Who, so I thought we may as well do another series. But in today's episode, we are going to be discussing the best classic figure sets. Now, there have been a wide variety released over the past couple of years, and there are so many to choose from. Starting with the first one, we have the 4th Doctor Adventures set. Now, I'm sure all of you have heard about this one. It is definitely one of the most rarest sets you can get these days, especially as it comes with the exclusive Bomber Suicide Dalek with the bombs attached to the mesh, and that figure was never released ever again, so to find it in this set you are very lucky. It also includes an Siren service robot with a very nice canopic jar. I think this one is a different variation. We have a re-release of the Vok robot from Wave 1, and finally, to top it all up, the 4th Doctor from Wave 1 as well. So all in all, it's a fantastic set, which includes the very snazzy classic style packaging with the fiery background. Now that really brings me back nostalgia, and I love this style of packaging with the David Tennant logo. It just fits the classic era so well, and I wish they would have stayed with this packaging throughout the whole of classic figures, because it really attracts viewers onto the shelves and it just looks very eye-catching. I would have loved to get my hands on one of these sets, as they go for about £100 on eBay now, and I don't think you can find them anywhere online. It's just so hard to find them, and I just love a re-release, come on B&M, we're waiting, come on, get some re-releases of maybe a Vok robot, or maybe just a 3-pack of some Destiny Daleks, because it would be great if we were provided with another chance to get any of these figures, because they look so magnificent looking back. Next, we have the Revenge of the Cybermen figure pack. Now, like with the 4th Doctor Adventures set, this one is very hard to pick up now. Now, these Cybermen design are very unique, as they were only in one standalone story of Doctor Who, and then they were never used again. So to get them in figure form is fantastic, and to me, they really stand out compared to the other Cybermen figures. The more rounded handlebars really make a difference, and the padding and piping along the shoulders and the legs are different, I think. They're basically just the Invasion Cybermen tweaked to fit a more modernised version. And to get a 3-pack, it's just great for army building, and it really adds to the collection of your Cybermen figures. So it's worth anyone getting. I'd love to get one of these sets. It's just fantastic, and the packaging yet again is so retro, and it really fits the design. It is just a fantastic set. Next, we have the 3rd Doctor and Dalek pack from Death to the Daleks. This one has got to be one of my favourite classic figure sets ever released, because we get a new variation of the 3rd Doctor's costume in figure form, and this one has got to be one of my favourites, with the red lining and the black that really contrasts with that red, and the bow tie is just fantastic. I do prefer the bow tie to the cravat. I think it suits John Pertwee a lot better. And the paint apps on the face are fantastic. And they've given the hair sort of a very grey wash with sort of white tones in there as well, which really makes a difference compared to some of the other 3rd Doctor figures. And I think this one is wearing boots as well. So it's a very nice variation of the 3rd Doctor. We also get the Silver Warrior with the amazing addition of the machine gun attachment. Now that is just the best thing ever. I really like the design of this Dalek, as the silver is such a chrome design and it's very shiny, and it really contrasts with the black as well, which really highlights some key areas like the mesh and the spheres and the eye stalk as well. So all in all, this is an amazing set. I am so jealous of people who've got it. I've been trying to track this one down on eBay forever now, and I just haven't been able to get it for a reasonable price, as most of them are gone, unfortunately, now. You don't get them in the shops, and it's very hard to come across a seller who is kind enough to make an offer with you. Most people don't do that, unfortunately. They just sell it for the price they're selling it at. So, yeah, really like to get my hands on one of these, because they are amazing. Next, we have the City of Death Collector's set. I'm not going to lie, I have a soft spot for this one because it comes with Marcus Garland, who is one of my favourite villains of Doctor Who, and it's just great that we get the inclusion of the swappable head. The Scaroff head is a fantastic sculpt, although when put on the body, does seem a bit small. It's sort of like the head has been shrunk, and it looks a bit bizarre, to be honest. And his body seems to be bigger than his head. It's just like, I'm not sure if that's right. But other than that, it's a great figure. And the suit and everything is just sculpted so accurately. We get the Mona Lisa painting, which is a very nice accessory. That's quite accurate as well. And if you shine it in the light, it says, "This is fake," which is a very nice reference to the episode. And I remember that funny little cameo scene with John Cleese when he says, "Absolutely exquisite." Yeah, I just love that scene. It's hilarious. And obviously we get a new variation of Tom from season 17. Very nice. I think this one comes with just standard trousers. We could have got him with boots. I think that would have been a bit more accurate. But the scarf and everything, very accurate. I'm not sure if it is accurate in terms of the colours, if they're right or not. Just let me know in the comment section if you're an expert on Tom Baker's scarf. But the head seems to be very accurate. They've added some grey highlights to show Tom's age as well. And the shirt is very open for you to see, which is very accurate to how he appeared in season 17. Next up is the Sontaran Experiment Collector set. Starting off with the Sontaran pod. They're very accurate on the outside, and I like the pattern, the crisscross sort of pattern that goes around. But there is a bit of disappointment with this pod, because when you open the door, there is hardly any space in there. And as you can see, this is a very wide thing sculpted, so they could have allowed much more space, maybe printed an interior card or something. But what we ended up with was a toilet seat, and it doesn't even fit the bloody figure on. Oh my goodness, character options, what on earth have you done? No, I'm only joking, it's not a toilet seat. It's supposed to be a chair for Steyr to sit on. This is one of the most shittiest things I've ever seen character options done. Very low quality, and I'm not impressed with that. The figures, however, are not to disappoint. We have the 4th Doctor from the story, who is quite accurate, but I do believe the tie is not that colour. In fact, I think he wore a cravat in the episode. I may be wrong. The face, I think, is very strong, but I think this is one of the dodgy ones where he looks utterly possessed. Finally, we have Field Major Steyr, who was later re-released in the B&M sets last year, as many of you will know. I kind of want to stick to this one, to the released one. I sort of prefer this one for some reason. I like the darker colour of the helmet. That's much more screen accurate. It just looks more snazzy, and the face is a lot stronger on this one. I think B&M have painted it a bit sloppily, and the paints they use, they just don't really have that magical touch to them like how character options seem to paint them, so I've got to stick to this original one. So, all in all, very nice set. Love to pick this one as well. And finally, we have one of the 50th anniversary figure sets, the 3 Doctors Collector's set. Now this one really makes a change as it doesn't come with a Doctor figure, which is really what puts the budget up and makes this one spectacular. We've got the Brig, as seen in 3 Doctors. Another nice variation of his costume. There were quite a few figures released, and I've got to say this one is my favourite variation just because he's in the full uniform, and yeah, it just looks really accurate. It's such a great figure. And then we have Jo Grant in her sort of buffle coat, very, very big and fluffy. Yeah, this is definitely my favourite version of Jo Grant in figure form. I think it's just fantastic. And then we have the Gel Guard, or is it the Gel Guard, which is quite nice. I'm not really a fan of the monster. I think it looks a bit too silly, but it's very nice in figure form, very accurate, quite a lot of glossy colour in there to make it look all gooey and slimy, which is a nice little touch. And obviously we get the diorama of that planet, I think it was, from the 3 Doctors. I can't remember what it was called. Now, luckily, this one isn't as rare as the other sets because it was released later down the line. towards the end of classic sets. You can usually get this on eBay for about £30 to £40. The prices do range, but that is the particular price for this set, and it's quite reasonable for what you're getting, so I would recommend trying to track this one down. So that's it for this first episode. I hope you have all enjoyed. Let me know what your favourite classic sets are in the comment section below. So, I shall see you all in another video soon. Goodbye for now.